So I woke up this morning to some really bad news, and if I look a little distraught right now, please forgive me. You know I put my heart and soul into every single episode I do, but today it's a little weird. It's not really good, and I want to share this with you. And I got to be honest with you. I'm going to ask for your help somewhere in the middle of the show because what I'm going through. What happened was I woke up, and you guys know that I've been doing this. I've been microdosing for over 4 years now, and doing this show for close to 4 years, somewhere probably just under 4 years, something like that. And we've built a really great community, and we've built one of the things we've built along with that is a Facebook group. Thousands of members in this Facebook group, and it's very active, and we helped everybody answer the questions they wanted to answer, and really took the time to build this thing up and create a sense of community for people that are like-minded and people that want to see themselves heal and feel better every single day. Well, I woke up this morning and Facebook said they inactivated my group. They deleted my group because they say we talk about drugs. And yes, I mean, we talk about plant medicine. We talk about plant medicine that heals. We talk about plant medicine that totally changes lives. We're not talking about things like cocaine, heroin, crack, meth, the things that are dangerous and will kill. We're not talking about opioids. We're not talking about anything like that other than stay away. But quite honestly, the plant medicines that we're talking about, mainly psilocybin and more lately LSD, these absolutely are safe and cure. And I guess Facebook and other platforms link these to other drugs that are totally addictive, unsafe, and will kill you. But these won't. And by the way, nothing I share with you is medical advice. You know that. I've told you that a lot, but I just need to say it each episode and make sure you use these medicines where it is legal. But so a group that we had literally thousands of people in this group that I built over many years. It's just like that. Woke up in the morning and it's all gone. My heart sunk. I felt horrible, not only for me, but for all the people that were in this group that were expecting help and a sense of community in some way. Can I argue with Facebook? Can I challenge them? Well, I could try, but they're going to clearly, if a human being actually gets involved and looks, they're going to clearly see that this is against their guidelines, and they're not going to allow my group. Could I start it over from scratch? I mean, yes, I could with a different name, and we have to be more careful, but I honestly don't have the energy to start it over from scratch at this point because I already have another group that I've been working on for about a year plus now, and it is Patreon. And I honestly want to ask for your help. It's very rare that I come on here and say, please, you have to help me do something. You know that's rare. Every episode I come on and put everything I've got into the information I share with you, which also I'm going to be answering some questions today as well, some questions that you all sent in. But just this first part, I want to ask you for the biggest favor ever, the biggest favor I'm ever going to ask you. If you were involved in our Facebook group that was called Microdose U, if you try to get on, you'll see it's gone. The favor I'm going to ask you is, would you please find a way to join us over on Patreon? I'm going to put the link in the show notes here, and it's also on our website, microdoseu.com. But if we get you all to join over on Patreon, we can have the greatest and the safest psychedelic plant medicine community known to mankind. We could actually build this thing and make it unbelievable. It's a paid site. It's a paid platform, and I'll be totally right up front with you. I try to keep the monthly fee as low as possible to make it affordable. And what that is, I'll tell you what it is right now. It's $12.50 a month, and we have a bunch of really good members there, and we do live meetings every 2 to 3 weeks or so. Live meetings I moderate. Dr. Denise is always there. Becky tries to be there, and we help you in a live meeting, answer questions, guide you through what you need to do. And it's only $12.50 a month. I mean, if that's not value, I don't see what is. And sometimes, depending on what platform you're on, what device you're on, whether it's an iPhone or Android or a computer, whatever it is, that price of $12.50 a month might vary a tiny bit depending on what type of fees, like Apple Pay takes. But it's roughly $12.50 a month, give or take, depending on what your device will tell you. But it's very close to that, I promise you. We never ask for any more money there. Again, a couple cups of coffee per month to not only support the show, but to join a community that is definitely growing and getting better and better as we speak. And I love the live meetings that we do, because again, we know it's like a little family of people. And you can remain anonymous if you like. That's not a problem. It's never a problem. But I'm asking you, from the bottom of my heart, a tremendous favor. Would you please come over to Patreon and join our community? Give us a try. I'm going to be totally honest with you again. I'm not looking for members that come in and grab some quick information and then quit. I'm not looking for that. This is more of a long-term family, people that stick together. We get to know each other, and we really have a lot of fun. But again, it's not against the rules per se to jump in, grab your information quickly, and get out and never spend another dime. It's not against the rules, but it's not great karma. We don't like it when that happens. So if you're going to join, plan to stick with us. I hope you, and if you don't like it for some reason, that's a totally different story. But I'm asking you again a tremendous favor. I was hit really hard this morning. Again, my heart just fell to the bottom of my chest, bottom of my body, and I'm thinking, like, all the work I put into this, all the work I put in over these 4 years has pretty much been just destroyed, gone, flushed down the toilet. It's gone. It's not coming back. And that's really, really disheartening to me. I just feel horrible about it. Not only for me, but mainly for you, because now you don't have a good platform to go to. So that's why I'm asking you, please do a favor for me and for all of us over at Patreon. The link is in the show notes. Link is on the website. It's patreon.com/Microdose U, but you'll click on it, you'll get right there. And yeah, it's going to cost you $12.50 a month, but that's going to be the best $12.50 per month that you spend. And I'm going to make sure of that, because we're getting better and better and better every single month. That's my story today. It's not a good one. I wish I had better news for you, but it is what it is. If that phrase I never use, but today it is what it is. I can't control Facebook. Patreon, on the other hand, does not have the rigid guidelines that Facebook has, as far as I know, and this group will be okay on Patreon. But I really hope to see you over there, and do it right after the show so you don't forget. In fact, if you want to pause this before I get to the questions today, that would be even better. Pause it, go on. We'll welcome you. It will be a great platform, and it'll be a great family for you to join. Okay, enough with that. Again, I don't know what to say. I'm again, if I'm not myself today, I do apologize to you. It's been really rough. I really hope that you will do the favor and head over to Patreon. Okay, now I've got several questions that you've been writing in and you want answers for. And I'm going to do that right now. Again, like I say, I've gotten pretty busy, especially since I'm on this road trip. And as you can tell, I'm on this road trip. I'm not in my home studio. This is not my house. This happens to be, so I'm at my brother's house in Ocala, Florida, and he's a drummer. And let me show you, he's got drums and all kinds of stuff in the background. So no, it's not my studio. And also I realized that my microphone just wasn't plugged in properly, so I had to change that. And it's been a crazy day. I hope the audio quality is coming in at least okay, because I do the best I can, guys. I can't be a perfectionist, especially today, because I gotta make sure you get this episode out. And so I hope the audio is at least okay. My mic wasn't working a few minutes ago. Now it seems to be okay. I don't even know. So I want to share this with you, that if I can't answer your question directly, if you send me an email or you send me something on YouTube or whatever, if I can't answer that right away, I will try to save it and answer it on an episode, which I'm going to do right now. So let's take a few questions. The first question is from Jeremy. And Jeremy is asking, I'm on SSRIs, but would like to wean off and start microdosing. Can you go over the exact steps I need to take? Jeremy, great question. Thanks for asking. It is probably one of the top questions I ever get asked. I always get asked. So I'm going to go ahead and do the best I can. I will say this, Jeremy, though, if I don't cover everything, remember, we do offer one-on-one coaching if you're trying to work with SSRIs and magic mushrooms, psilocybin, whatever. You might need a little more coaching than just what I can give you on this podcast episode, but let's go ahead and get started with that at least. First of all, the way you asked is you want to wean off and then start microdosing. In my opinion only, well, others share the same opinion, that's not the way to do it. I'm going to give you my example. My example is I was on Lexapro, SSRI. I was on, I think when I first started microdosing, I must have been on 20 milligrams. That's a pretty high dosage. And after a short time of microdosing, I just went ahead and started microdosing the way you're supposed to do it, the way you're doing it from scratch, which I've taught a lot. But after a certain amount of time microdosing, I think it was actually many months. It wasn't quickly, but after many months, let's just say it was 8 months, 7 to 8 months, I decided now is the time. I'm starting to really feel much better. Now is the time to wean off of my Lexapro. And also, I wouldn't suggest weaning off of anything, medication like that, unless you do it, unless you at least tell your doctor what you're doing. SSRIs, including Lexapro and all the other ones, are not really simple to wean off of, and you got to do it carefully and very, very slowly. So make sure you do this with your doctor. But what I did, I started cutting my Lexapro down from 20 milligrams to 10, and I did that for a while, probably at least a month. And then after that, I still felt good. I cut it down to 5, and I think that there was a point where I had to cut the tablet in half because I think I don't even know if they come in 5s. I remember I went down to 10 milligrams and I started cutting the 10s in half. And then I think I even went down to 2.5. But I did this very, very, very slowly until I got down to nothing. Now, I was prepared when weaning off of the Lexapro, I was prepared that if I started feeling bad again, I was going to go back up because that would mean that the magic mushrooms were not working in the way they should be, and the Lexapro was still the primary factor that was making me feel good. So I would have to go back and adjust the magic mushrooms. But I think the most important part of this is I wouldn't recommend weaning off of SSRIs first, and then you're on nothing, and then you start magic mushrooms. Suppose they don't work the way you thought they were going to work. Suppose they take much longer. There's so many variables here. I wouldn't do it that way. Jeremy, I hope this helps you. Please contact me back in the email thread that we were on if you need more help, because we can help you further, one-on-one especially. This was, generic advice for most people doing this, but everybody's different and everybody does it a little different way. So this should help you, but if you need more, please let me know. I can help you. Next question is from, now this was, the person's name on YouTube was written in Hebrew, and the best I could do with this, it looks like Ihavada. If I botched that up, I'm very sorry, but it looked like that's the closest I get. Ihavada says, what's the largest amount of mushrooms that you've ever taken? It's an interesting question, and I'm going to ask you a question back, Ihavada. Why do you want to know? What I've learned in my 4 years of microdosing, and I will share this with you, but what I've learned in my 4 years of microdosing is that it's not a contest. There are people out there that say that the more you take, the higher dose you take, the faster you're going to get fixed, the better it's going to be, the more effective it's going to be. That is simply not true. I've worked with many people, one-on-one coaching, that have taken high doses at one point or another, or even more than one high dose. I'm talking about what they call a heroic dose or a therapeutic dose of 4 grams or more. And I will tell you that it's not a slam dunk that that's going to help you. It may, but it may not. Over several years, I've been microdosing. Small doses, slow, steady, wins the race. So I ask you, why are you curious? The largest dose I've ever taken has been a little over 2 grams, which is certainly a larger dose than much larger than a microdose, but it's not a heroic dose. I don't see any reason that I need to take a heroic dose. And some people might argue, well, Dr. Dave, you need to try it. Well, I want to ask you why. I am feeling fantastic every day. The mushrooms have done their job. I also experimented with microdosing LSD. That has done the job. I'm at a point now where I don't think I need anything if I don't want to. I still continue to microdose as needed because I do like it. I do enjoy it. And it opens up other doors for other questions I might have about life, and it gets me to explore other possibilities. But they've done their work with only microdosing and a few larger doses. But it's not the larger doses that did it. It's the steady microdosing that did it. So let's not be focused on, whoever does the largest doses is the most successful and the most cured. That is not true. And I actually had a guy that used to help us here in Microdose U. I had to fire him because he thought he knew everything, and he thought that unless you do a heroic dose, you're not going to be successful. But we've proven time and time and time again that is absolutely the furthest thing from the truth that you can actually even imagine. It's simply not true. And anybody that tells you that you must do a large dose in order for magic mushrooms to work is either lying to you or they don't know what they're talking about. Okay, next question. Let's see. What if microdosing isn't about fixing something that's broken, but about remembering who you really are? That's a really great question. And if I can somehow say what I think this means, so if you don't understand that, I can explain what I think it means. It means, let's say you don't have anxiety, you don't have depression, you don't have a mental health issue, you don't have anything like that, but you want to explore, and maybe you want to be more creative. Maybe you want to be better at something. Maybe you want to explore spirituality or the universe or quantum physics or something like that. I would say that yes, absolutely, magic mushrooms will help you see things that you've never seen before in your life. And I don't mean visually, I don't mean with visuals, I don't mean with, seeing colors or anything like that. I'm talking about they actually open up a new world for you, and you get to kind of like figure things out about life that you've never even come close to figuring out before. I've experienced this, and let me tell you something, it's nothing short of amazing. I understand things, or at least I think I understand things now that I've just never understood before before using magic mushrooms. So yeah, you don't necessarily have to be have a mental health issue or something like that in order to get tremendous benefits out of magic mushrooms. Great question. I've got one more for you here too. This is this is from James, also via email. James asks, why are we so quick to trust pharmaceuticals, but so hesitant to trust a mushroom? Well, another great question, and one that I've never been asked before. And I'm going to say, James, that there's a small subset of people, or a small set of people, I should say, that do trust this plant medicine, these magic mushrooms, and all these people that are following and listening to the podcast. And again, now all these people that are going to be on Patreon, our Patreon platform, our Patreon family. We're a group, we're pioneers. We do trust magic mushrooms and plant medicine. But yeah, in general, the average person out there, the average person in society still thinks that people that are doing this type of plant medicine are drug addicts, losers, stoners, partiers. They're totally wrong. I mean, if you're watching me on YouTube, I got a question to ask you. Do I look like Do I look like a drug addict? Do I look like a partier? Do I look like a stoner? No, I'm a professional man, a retired dentist who just turned 70 years old. And these things have turned my life around. So it's a great question. I think only, James, I think only time is going to help that situation, because over time, and the more, I guess, the more studies that are done, the more research, people are going to find out. And they might find out too late, because the people that are just waiting and waiting and waiting, they're going to wait the rest of their lives and never experience this, and never really get healed. Where we are, pioneers, and we're doing this, and we're not waiting for final research to be finished or final studies. We believe in this and believe that it's safe enough, and it is safe enough to rewire, change our brains for the better, and just feel better every single day and discover things about ourselves and about life that we've never discovered before. So that's a really, really good question, James. I hope I answered it to your satisfaction. If you have questions, continue to send them either via email, YouTube. If you're on Apple or Spotify, or a lot of times you can't ask questions on those platforms, so send me an email, and everything's on the in the show notes or on my website. You'll be able to reach me pretty easily. And remember, we do offer one-on-one coaching. We're here to help you. Been here 4 years plus. We're not going anywhere. And I ask again, the last favor, that you join us over on Patreon and hang out with us there in between sessions, in between podcasts, and join us on the live at the live meetings. And remember, I do an episode every Wednesday. It comes out on YouTube, Spotify, Apple. Oh, if I named them all, I forget something. So those are the main ones, but we're probably a lot of other places. Until next time, I am Dr. Dave, Microdose U. I'm sorry if I looked a little saddened, distraught, or just, I don't even know what the word is to say, but I am all of the above. I'll get over it. It will be okay, but it's been a really, really tough day for me today. I do love you, and your energy is what keeps me going here. So I'll see you on the next episode.